We're down to our last comic, and I'm really glad that I get to bring him on up. Make it loud, everybody. He's coming all the way from San Antonio, Texas. James Bosquez, everybody.
But if you're really going away, here's some final words.
Oh, yeah. What's up, everybody? Covert Cafe. You couldn't tell. Elijah told you. Can't tell. I'm from Texas. There's nothing more Texan than a Mexican in a Spurs sweatshirt. That's like the most Texan thing possible. I am Hispanic. I've always called myself Hispanic. But I moved to Portland about 10 years ago. Apparently now I am Latinx. Because a white lady told me so. So, white ladies will let you know that if you're a brown person, you have any questions about yourself, just ask your friendly neighborhood white lady. She'll fill you in. She heard about it on NPR, so it must be true, you know? Let's see here. I have been here for about 10 years. I do feel like I'm becoming more of a Portlander, less of a Texan. I know that because the other day I apologized to somebody after I misgendered their dog. And that is some Portland shit right there, man. Thought it was a good boy, turns out it was a sweet girl. That's my bad. And I don't mean to make light of being misgendered. As a straight man, I've never been misgendered. But at least once a month, someone will walk up to me, and based on the way I look and the way I carry myself, they will assume I like professional wrestling. That shit hurts too, okay? That is very painful. No, my pronouns are not brother, all right? That's not what I'm going for. That's not me at all, man. Sometimes I will get called white passing because I'm a lighter skinned Hispanic. People will be like, you're white passing. I'm like, if I'm so white passing, why did I cry when Selena died, you know? I know half of you right now are like, I didn't know Selena Gomez was dead. And that's fair. The other half of you are like, hey, it was sad when J-Lo died in that movie. That was a sad movie. I get it. I remember when I first moved to Portland, there was a little culture shock. I was hanging out with these two ladies in a bar, and I let the C word slip out, and I shouldn't have done that. They got really angry at me. The thing is, I wasn't talking about either one of these two ladies. I wasn't talking about a woman at all. I was talking about the Triceratops from The Land Before Time. If you've ever seen that movie, I think we can all agree, Sarah, kind of a cunt, all right? I feel like the context there was fine. Shouldn't have got in trouble for that one. I don't know, though. I remember I moved here to May of 2015, and I remember I didn't know anybody. I was just trying to make friends. I ended up at this after party, and the guy whose place it was, he broke out a bag of cocaine. Hard drugs, not really my thing. You could tell it made me nervous because he looked right at me. He's like, hey, man, you got something to cut this up with? And so me being a smartass, I reached in my wallet and pulled out my lucky Pokemon card. Handed that over to him. He was like, what the hell is this, man? I'm like, well, that's Scyther. And he has Cut Attack, so you're welcome. He's like, hey, man, I got hard drugs here. Are you cool? I was like, well, I got a Pokemon card in my wallet. So yes, I am very fucking cool. Thank you, sir. It's pretty good. Last year was a big year for me in comedy. I got to go on my first international comedy tour. Huh? Pretty good. I went to beautiful, exotic Canada, and it was really nice. It was a fun time. I remember the day before the tour kicked off, I was talking to the tour manager. I was like, so where are we going exactly? We going to like Toronto? That's like the New York of Canada? He's like, no, we're not going to Toronto. I was like, we're going to like Vancouver? That's like the Seattle of Canada? He's like, no. I'm like, where are we going? He goes, we're going to Alberta. The Texas of Canada. Like, fuck, I've already been there. But Alberta is very beautiful. I don't know if you've ever been there. It's a beautiful part of the country. One of my first nights, I was in Calgary, very lovely city. And we all know that Canadians get the rap for being very polite. Well, I was standing in front of this weed shop, and this like 12-year-old kid skateboarded up to me. Little punk rock kid, had a mohawk and everything. He goes, hey, mister, can you buy me and my friends some weed? And I go, I don't know, man. I'm in a foreign country. I probably shouldn't do that. And then he goes, That's understandable, and he skated away. That's the most Canadian shit I've ever seen in my life. If that kid was American, he would have kicked me in the shins and stole my wallet, you know? Not them, man. Canadians rule. I fucking love it. Oh, what else do we got? So yeah, I am from Texas. I grew up there my whole life. I don't want to go back, though. After they re-elected Greg Abbott, I'm like, I'm not going back there. If you guys don't know who Greg Abbott is, he's the governor of Texas. Big piece of shit. The thing is, as a comic, it's kind of dicey making fun of Greg Abbott because a lot of people don't know this about him. He's actually in a wheelchair. He's bound to a wheelchair. And so if you make fun of it, sometimes you come off as being ableist. You know, you're like, oh, you're ableist. You're making fun of a guy in a wheelchair. And there's one rule in comedy. They say you should never punch down. Don't ever punch down in comedy. But I'm like, how else are you supposed to punch somebody in a wheelchair? That's what I want to know. I'll knock that fucker out, dude. Fuck that guy. Thank you. Hell yeah, dude. What else about me? Let's see here. I've been trying to get in better shape lately. I've been watching what I eat. Because the World Naked Bike Ride happened recently, and I was like, I don't have the confidence for that. I'm still working my way up to the world, take your shirt off in the pool. That's what I'm trying to get to. Trying to get there right now. But I have been seeing somebody new, and she's been getting me healthier habits. She does a lot of hiking, things like that. She does Kegels. You guys know what Kegels are? Yeah. Strong vagina on that one. And they say opposites attract, so it goes perfect with my weak dick. You know, it's just two peas in a pod, you know, having the best time. It's very good. Let's see what else. I recently moved out of I was living with 4 dudes in one house. 4 dudes, 1 bathroom. Which just sounds like the worst category on Pornhub. Like that, nobody's watching that one. That's at the bottom of the page, you know. Yeah, it was an old Portland house, old party Portland house. You probably peed in the backyard there at one point. But yeah, there was 4 of us in the house. There was me, a comedian. We had a Twitch streamer. You guys know what Twitch streaming is? Yeah, OnlyFans for dudes. You've heard of it. It's pretty good. We had a Twitch streamer move in during the pandemic, and he's still living in that house in the basement, just having the time of his life. So we had that guy. So me, the Twitch streamer, we had a pizza delivery guy, and we had a folk musician. Because when you move into a house in Portland, there's already one waiting there for you, you know? Landlord just gives you your keys and like, here's your state issued folk musician. There you go. Make sure he eats. So yeah, it's pretty good. I was the only brown guy in the house too, you know? All of them were like typical Portland guys, like progressive, liberal, white guys. I was the only brown guy in the house. I was also the only one that did any of the yard work, so that was nice. They'd be on the porch talking about immigration reform while I was trimming the hedges behind them, just like, all right, why don't we start by reforming this house? How about that? But yeah, so I moved out of there. If anybody wants to move in, I think they're looking for like a magician or something to move in, so, you know. We really hit the bingo card of just like disappointed parents, you know. But I'm out of there now. I did live in North Portland, which is like I was in kind of a gentrified area. It was right off of Mississippi. And one time I was walking down my street and I saw this sign I had never seen before. It said, "I heart my Muslim neighbor," which I thought that's a nice sign. That's about inclusion, you know. That's about like building community. But the thing is, I'm pretty sure I'm the only brown guy on that street. So I think that they think that I was their Muslim neighbor. I don't think that's right. Shouldn't be doing that. Oh man, what else do we got? Let's see here. Yeah. Oh yeah, here's one. Here's a little nugget for you guys. Sorry. So I did grow up in Texas, and I spent a lot of time in the Gulf of Mexico. I grew up in Houston, actually, San Antonio and Houston. We used to go to Galveston. I don't know if you guys have ever been to Galveston. And Gulf of Mexico, I spent a lot of time there. They recently changed it to Gulf of America, as you may have heard. Yeah. It's actually on Google Maps. It says Gulf of America. Like, it's an official thing. But the thing is, I've spent a lot of time in the Gulf of Mexico, It is one of the most polluted bodies of water on the planet. So calling it the Gulf of America kind of makes sense, I think. Honestly, I'm kind of down with it. I think it makes sense. I saw a sea turtle once, and it was in the Gulf of Mexico, and guess what? It was fucking dead, all right? Thing was not alive. It was not having a good time. Let's see, what else we got? Oh, yeah. This happened to me the other day. I was walking to my local Fred Meyer, the one over on Interstate. I don't know if you've ever been to that one. It's kind of a sketchy area. And I was walking through the parking lot, and some guy like catcalled this girl who was walking by, minding her business. And I was like, God damn it, it's fucking 2025. People are still catcalling. You know what? I'm going to go say something to this guy, you know? And so I started walking up to the guy, and just as I was about to tap him on the shoulder, he turned around, and he had the state of Florida tattooed on his face.
Yeah.
So I didn't say anything. So I know what a red flag is, you know? But if living in Portland has taught me anything, it's that thinking about doing the right thing but not doing it is just as good. So... You know what? I think I had one more joke. I'm sorry, this is very unprofessional. And, no, I'm done. Thanks. Let's hear it for your host, guys. Let's hear it for Zach.